Got a power lane going on here. Varus and Tahm Kench don't give too many mundos about who they're 2v2ing against. Speaking of the mundo, would KT dare lock it into Darius? Not a fan of going for the self-counter pick, but a lot of teams in Korea have been enjoying it, and instead, we get a low win rate choice for KT. They're going to be going on to the Gangplank, an old favorite of Smeb's, in the past a very high win rate. 0-3 on the season, and passivity hasn't always suited KT. Did in game number 1, so maybe feeling like they can force the delay. Game number 2, I should say. Final pick here for Afrika. You gotta make some decisions, hard decisions to be made. Where we all going?
Kind of feels like they're waiting for a mid laner, and there it is. The Fizz gets locked in again. And this will be up against the Swain in the mid lane, so feeling like they can take advantage of that early game from the Fizz once he hits level 6 and try to have Gragas to follow up. And the Swain, he can get pretty tanky as the game goes along, but early on, his laning phase isn't super strong. He can't punish the Fizz in a gigantic way. And then once level 6 hits, your ultimate as Swain is not going to let you live through the burst of Fizz.
You have a lot of Swain experience, and I tend to agree with you, especially if the cast gets you away from a turret. You're just not going to outlive the burst from Fizz. In a team fight, you have a great role to play, but in the 1v1 laning phase, a tricky one. Ends up being very high magic damage on the side of Afrika. Will we see Smeb go for the Resolve Tree Gangplank in the Darius matchup? We've seen actually Gangplanks win this matchup recently in the last couple of weeks. If you go Resolve Tree, you can also roll the dice, take
that Kuro would hit it first and so had to back off and respect that, but actually Kuro getting a very low effective, really, I guess ineffective is the way to say that, ultimate off onto UCal just to survive.
When we saw the Fizz in game number 1, we have to remember. Well, let's hold the point.
That's going to be the ult first blood, the easiest solo kill you've ever seen. And the question marks will start flying as, again, Smeb, he burns his flash. He's too aggressive with greedy summon, or rather runes, and then he dies in a solo kill as he gets too close to the Darius.
That is, in fact, a record of what happened, and there's no way to sugarcoat any of it. Smeb opted into a scenario like that, used his flash earlier, deserves to go down, didn't play around the level 6 experience jump. Keen's level 7 now. Good luck with Klepto initially. Score could also be camping for him, and speaking of camps,
I was worried about the 2v1, but the 3v1, can they pull it off? Keen is going to apprehend them both, but actually they didn't even need Mata to come in. Just saves his life away from the aggro, and there it is.
And you can win more if you go for this rune set and get some help. This is from, of all people, the roam over from Mata, whose unsealed spellbook over to the teleport was very useful. They get to the top side, they get out, don't even have to worry about juggling the turret aggro. Nicely played by KT.
And the new unsealed spellbook, you just walk down to bottom side with both of your summoners up, right? You just go down there and you say, well, you still can't fight us because I still have exhaust now after switching to the teleport for just the one play. Don't see too much unsealed spellbook just on champions that you don't really have a must-take rune. But when you see it, you can see its effectiveness. It's really good.
You do wonder when the teleport was switched over to, because Mata's in vision in the bot side. We don't get the update on the summoner overlay, sadly. But it was a really nice play. Morgana had already started to pull away. It wasn't in the range to do anything about this. Nicely played from KT. They can disengage, score. Doesn't matter about for the contest.
It's going to come down to it. Can Mowgli get the smite again? No, this time it will go over to score. And now Mowgli forced to flash the wall. He had some good looks in game 2, and unfortunately Mata is here again. This is his rift, and he is going to get another kill for his team.
Mata refuses to ever be the second best Tahm Kench in a set. Really nice aggressive use of the Abyssal Voyage. Takes down the kill onto Mowgli.
Kuro trying to get aggressive here, but actually UCal is standing up to him really nicely. Still has the stopwatch, and the threat of that is really helping him out. Fish comes down, but Score was right behind him, putting down the Rift Herald, and all of a sudden, Kuro and Mowgli kind of just awkwardly standing here, but they're looking for the engage now. Score's going to be bopped on in. Here's Tushin with the big ultimate onto 2 members. Nice devour onto Score, but he is going to go down in the end. The apprehend now onto Mata should be able to take him out. One kill will go over to UCal up in the top side, and they do get that turret in the mid lane, the first blood turret. So a 2-for-1, but KT do get that turret.
Score was postured so far up, thinking he was zoning, but in fact, it was all a clever ruse by the Afrika Freaks, pulling off the double flank teleport. Will they get any objectives off it? The answer looks like no, so maybe the effect will not be massive. A couple of kills there does disrupt some of the celebrations from the side of KT. Gonna watch the replay here. They get the channel very safely, so that's always gonna come up. And you're right, the all-in looks like it's gonna be aborted straight away, as Score was always in the mid lane. But Score just stands there, motionless, thinking he's gonna be watching the Rift Herald do all the work. He gets bopped in, and it's at the same time as the rest, as your uncontrollable laughter.
I was play-by-playing the fight. I didn't even realize that Score was just standing there for like 10 seconds. It's almost like he was taunting him to engage. He's like, I dare you. Will get the apprehends here, and with red buff on a Darius, what is Smeb gonna do? No stopwatch this time around. Is gonna eat those oranges, and he is kiting him, but it's not enough. Keen with another solo kill onto this gangplank, and he makes it look so easy.
Even with a summon a disadvantage, no way to get away. Score trying to cut up to Keen.
Mowgli takes that escape route away. Keen with no ultimate available this time around, just trying to bleed him down, and he does get the kill, but goes down to Yukal. The daddy is back. He gets up a kill for himself.
Daddy back from the store, but not able to get too much from it. However, overall, he has 3 out of the 4 kills and will be immovable in fights. It seems like more and more we're going to get Kramer getting to that critical mass on the Vladimir in an even game and being able to run at this Varus and maybe trivialize him in a future fight. But if Yukal can stand strong with a damage build, not going for Zonya's second, Mowgli trying to stay here and ult just on the minions.
Oh boy, Kramer moving forward into 3 members, and Yukal says, hello, I'm going to take you out. Score, he's going to pick up the kill for himself, because why not?
That's a really poor read on the map by Kramer. He just didn't have any situational awareness. Everyone was missing, except the gangplank from the side of KT. Thought he could ult the minion wave and get away. No, 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 is the response to that. Keen, in the meantime, going to take down the top turret solo, and, well, one person has 5 kills, the other person has 3. We definitely know who to focus on in these team fights.
Darius versus Swain, who's going to do it? Tucson just walks up, tries to ward death with the easiest sidestep of his life. Tucson with no flash. And just an unfortunate moment. He took the risk, you know. If Varus is not in the bush, then he gets vision and he really helps out his lane. But if he's there, you're going to die 100% of the time.
We're just seeing more and more. Q-Max Varus just owns Morgana in lane because you poke her out. She's never full health because of the poke, and Morgana getting farms with the GP as the fish does miss.
Oh, and Tucson trying to run away. He's 4 levels down, and here's Mata. No more Black Shield for you. He is going to stopwatch after ultimating here. But the Chains of Corruption coming in, and goodbye Morgana, as he will be missed. And that means that the fight is going to be huge on the side of KT. Now, Keen going to be run down, as well as Kuro, who is going to stopwatch, even though he will definitely die on the back side of that. So 2 kills, a bit of a mistake there. Too aggressive from Tucson. It's
another illustration of the jungle difference. KT run this map. They decide they want the red buff side. They'll take it.
Maybe even more frustrating for Afrika. Nice wraparound here from KT. They're going to get behind and punish that Morgana again, as Yukal is just so unbelievably fast. The flash forward from Death. He is running this rift, as he does get another kill here for his team. And double Mountain Drake and 2 kills means they can take any objective they want.
They're going to go for the Baron, I think, Valdez. Pretty easy pick up here. Vladimir not strong enough to go in 1v5 and get any kills. They're backing off to it. They're in such a strong spot, and Smeb's making a farm lane out of the Darius. Everything coming up, KT Rolster.
They're making the Darius useless. They control the jungle, and Afrika are just not finding the way to deal with it. They're getting so far behind as KT. Now's the time to get excited. You can get excited now. It looks like they're very far ahead in this game. They're going to take down the Baron, and they're about 9,000 gold ahead at 28 minutes, really running this game.
Watching the replays here, and very good flank. Another illustration of how this game is about jungle control, because Afrika Freaks have none of it. You're able to sneak a Trundle and a Swain behind all the members of Afrika Freaks. Easy cleanup there. It's 9-0 in Scuttles.
To the Varus, but the Cascaway onto Mata. There's 2 members here, but oh, Tucson just disappears. But here we go, Keen in the backline. Mowgli's gonna die. Can Keen go 1v4. He is going to stopwatch. Kramer is going to survive for now. Keen not able to just do it. Gets the one auto onto death. But again, he's all alone. The Abyssal Voyage into the mid lane. And it looks like KT, they've gotten far enough ahead that they're not going to throw it. And it looks like they should be able to take game 3.
The KT reverse sweep's going to happen, Valdez, in front of your eyes. Get excited, KT fans. You wanted to win. You needed to win. You get one today.
You deserved it. You finally get excited like I told you, and they take the win here in game number 3. 33 minutes, the shortest one of the series, and KT Rolster will do it here. They take a win over a very strong Afrika Freaks team.
Oh boy. Very, very long 3-hour series for 3 games, and KT Rolster could certainly, in game number 2, with all their mistakes, have gone down 2-0. But Yukal pulled them over the line with how powerful his Yasuo was. Game 3, that's the KT we like to see. A lot more tight around their bottom lane. Went for the Varus and Tahm Kench, which we liked. But the reason that they won was actually different than first expectation. But Mada's early roams being the cherry on top of some good early game moves, and then just playing through the power of Deft's free-farmed Varus. Very nicely done. Score, the unsung hero of this game, not giving up a single Scuttle Crab to the enemy, able to monopolize all of them after he took the top one, and the Tahm Kench and the Swain took the bottom Scuttle Crab. Never any gotten by Mowgli, who honestly was emaciated on this Gragas. His ults didn't matter, his pathing didn't lead to anything. KT, worthy winners of game number 3.
You can see that Keen looks really frustrated in the booth, probably the most frustrated out of anybody else, and you might wonder why. I mean, he was so far ahead in the top side, he got 2 solo kills, but I suppose that's exactly why. The rest of his team was not able to back him up. He did so much, he got so far ahead.
A bit of a downhill skier, to use a sports analogy, where the rest of the team set it up and all he did was shoot people in the face.
Yep. So guys, we're going to take a look at the MVP. I would have to assume it would be Mata, and there it is. Mata comes in and nets himself the MVP on Unsealed Spellbook Tahm Kench. Would love to hear what he thinks about that.